It comes from Einstein's equations.
Yeah.
That doesn't have some equal negative energy somewhere else. Now, if it did, the string theorist would love that, because the string theorist, by the way, loves an ADS universe, an ADS, anti-de Sitter space universe, meaning a negative cosmological constant. Positive cosmological constant is dark energy being added to the system. Negative energy would be the opposite of that. So an ADS system versus
Energy
a DS.
being taken.
Yeah. So anyway, the point is that string theory works in ADS, anti-de Sitter space, whereas our universe seems to be in de Sitter space, not anti, regular positive cosmological constant. So the point is to say, Terence Howard, his universe, if he's living in our universe, then it has a positive cosmological constant, and you don't have this global conservation of energy. There's more energy tomorrow. There's more energy 2 seconds from now than there was than there is now. Now, this is a tricky statement, because in general relativity, you can't just have a moment of now. Even in special relativity, global moment of now. It's actually super trippy if you think about it. But it doesn't matter. Metaphorically, the point still stands. And then he'll say something like, it's a metaphor, 1 times 1 equals 2. A metaphor for, okay, but then are you not basing an entire precise physics off of that? So is it a metaphor? I don't know. What I found is that Terrence did something that no one else I know has done. He's done cold reading. You know cold reading? Cold reading is like a horoscope. You say, you're super ambitious, but you're hard on yourself. And you work hard, but not hard enough. And many people comment about your creativity, but you have doubts about your creativity, even though sometimes you surprise yourself and you think other people underestimate you. So what I've said, some people will be like, he's talking about me. That's called cold reading. And you can do this with horoscopes, where you give people, you tell them it's the same horoscope, and you actually just put, this is for Sagittarius. This is for Sagittarius people. Yeah. This is for, what are you?
What are we?
Scorpios. This is for Scorpios. You get the idea. Remember. Each person will think this was tailor fit for me. Yes. But it's actually the same one given to every single person, because you're speaking in such generalities. So what happened was, Terrence is speaking with a loose definition of words, and many people, so I have on my WhatsApp, I have many people who are not in the academy and many people who are. And I asked them, what did you think of Terrence Howard's first Joe Rogan experience? Like, what do you make of what he said? And many of the people who say 70% of the people in the academy would just say, that's nonsense. It's laughable. And I'm like, don't laugh at it, even if it's nonsense. Like, okay, whatever. Then there's almost all of the people who are the lay people, the people outside the academy, would say, what he's saying makes complete sense. So I'd ask them, what is he saying? And they would contradict one another. So there was also 30% of the academics who would say, yeah, he's making sense. And then I'm like, what is he making sense about? Then they're like, because in M theory, you have an M2 brain. I'm like, there is no way Terrence has an understanding of M2 brains. And then the layman person definitely doesn't have an understanding of M2 brains. So they're all listening, and they're saying, okay, what he's saying makes sense, because I also believe that the universe is vibrational, has to do with energy, and then they map it onto their system.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes. And then if they were to reiterate their understanding back to Terrence, I imagine Terrence would be like, what are you talking about? It has nothing to do with what I'm saying. Exactly. And if they were to reiterate it back to one another, they would all be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't mean that. So but each person doesn't have access to other people to ask, hey, I think he means this. And so, I mean, there are some Twitter threads.
Yeah.
But the point is, Terrence Howard did the first that I've ever seen cold reading of physics unintentionally. And so everyone got something else for it and from it. And they believe it's correct for them. And they just believe that person is correct and their understanding matches that other person, namely Terrence in this case.